Hello. Y'all, somebody picked at me about that. The way I call you into the room. Hello, hello. Come in, come in, come in. Welcome. Come in, come in. Come one, come all. Hello. How is everyone this evening? Hi. It's 7 p.m. and we have quite a bit to talk about tonight. Well, hello, Miss Cushionberry. How are you? How are you, dear? I hope you had an excellent day today. My day was really good. So I hope yours was just as grand. Hello, everyone. How are you all this evening? Hi. Hello, hello. I have a green light here, so it should be a very good streaming night tonight. Let's hope so anyway. So we received a request to piggyback off of last week in the chat that we had last week. You had a lazy day? Well, lazy days are awesome. I had kind of a lazy day yesterday until I had to run an errand. So, hi, Miss Eartha Lewis. Thank you. I am feeling better. I am feeling much better. I had kind of a rough week with that cold, but I'm feeling much better now. Hi, Miss Barbara Zekis. How are you? Rose Kitchings. Very healthy. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I feel better. Hi, Miss Kenya. How are you? Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Y'all, I need y'all's help. I need somebody to help put some respect on my name. Who knows about that? Hi, Miss Susan. Thank you. Oh, man, I need to get it done. I skipped my hair appointment this week, so it's all over the place. Yes, Joni Thurman, I am doing well. Thank you for asking. Oh, my darn streaming turned yellow, so I hope we don't have issues. I spoke too soon. You was waiting patiently. Well, thank you, Miss Boutique. I appreciate that. Yeah, I know, right? Respect. That's what I need. Boy, I tell y'all, I've had a pretty good week. It's been really busy. Respect. Yes, it was respect. Hi, Albita from London. Welcome back. How are you this evening? Thank you for being here all the way across the world over in the UK. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. I appreciate everyone being here tonight. Vicky C, welcome. I appreciate you coming in this evening. Hello, hello. Take a moment and drop in the chat where you're from. What state, rather. We have one from London, so where is everyone hailing from? And Connie, thank you about my thread wall. I worked really hard on that thread wall. Oh, Philadelphia. Welcome, Miss Anna. And Albita, I'm sorry you're just getting over the flu. I am so sorry about that. But I'm glad you're over it. But I hate you had it. The flu sucks. I hate to tell you. Sherry, welcome. First timer from South Carolina. Thank you for being here. Welcome. Paula Chambers, welcome to our chat. Miss Cushionberry is from Texas. And Kenya is from Wilbur, Wisconsin. Joni, Augusta, Georgia. PA. Cannon City, Colorado. Woo, that's up there where it's chilly. Port Allen, Louisiana, and Eastern Tennessee. Linda Hipshire. You're not that far from me then. Cool. Paula Chambers is in Connecticut. Welcome. We appreciate that. And Terry, hi to you too. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Overland Park, Kansas. Welcome. What have you guys been working on this week? How many jobs or what type jobs have you been working on? Because we're ramping up for the holiday season. It's about to be a big holiday season. As a matter of fact, this week is the Black Friday week. So, woo, have you seen any good sales coming up? I know I just threw out a whole nother question, but we're prepared to create, and we also have to be on the lookout for things that we can use in our studio at a really good deal on Black Friday. Now would be the time to stock up on certain things. So what type of sales have you guys found? Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Anna, welcome. Wow. Not PA. It's been a while since I've been to Philadelphia. Susan, San Francisco. Craft Head Creations Kenya, sorry, lap covers, slippers, and a pillow. Cool beans. And Elizabeth from Australia, welcome back again, my dear. Thank you for joining us all the way from the down under. Connie Chamberlain says a Santa embroidery design. Cool. Anna says, I've always wanted to go Black Friday shopping with my friend, but she hates the crowds. I am not a fan of crowds either, so I completely understand, Anna. It has to be a really good deal for me to go fight crowds and fool with Black Friday. Carol Coleman says, good evening to everyone. Kenya says, I did a glass cutting board too. Neat. I'd love to see a picture. Please post a picture so I can see it. Rose Kitching says, I've been working on pullovers with initials on them. Sweet. I got a couple of pullovers I have to do this week. So Vicky, recovering from minor foot surgery. Oh no. So have not been able to work at my machine. Hopefully by next weekend, I will be up and stitching. Well, definitely you can be in the bed buying designs, girlfriend. Get you some more embroidery designs. That's always fun. Anna says, I love the mall atmosphere. The mall is cool, but I like it during the week when everybody else is at work, because I'm not a fan of, you know, a whole bunch of craziness. It's too much in this world. So I choose to like a lesser crowd, you know. Tony Foxworth says, hello everyone. Welcome to the chat, Miss Tony. Glam 2011. Hello to you too. Welcome to our chat. Ethan Warren. Edie from Chicago checking in. Welcome, my dear. We always love to have you in here. And Elizabeth says, thank you. Love watching you. I appreciate that, Elizabeth. I really do. I try and make sure that the channel is about you guys. So I definitely appreciate you being here, and any questions or any input you have or any requests, please let me know. That's what I'm here for. Free Santa coaster or gift card in the back, says Connie Chamberlain. That's what you're working on this week. That would be a cool. Gift cards are always nice. And Linda Hipshire says, you're 25 miles north of Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Welcome from Tennessee. I appreciate you being here. I hope I'm not going to be too tired-toned tonight. I tried to make sure I had me some water and got some rest so that I wouldn't be all tired. Tongue-tied. See, it doesn't matter. No matter what I do, I'm going to be tongue-tied. Eartha Lewis says, I plan to shop online this year. Yes, that's definitely something I've been looking at. And then a lot of the stores are not playing fair, so to speak. They're starting their sales early, I've noticed. So like Joann's sales start Wednesday. So I don't know if you guys have checked out the Joann's Crafts sale flyer. If you have it in your area, she has some big sales on Cricut things. So for those who use the Cricut cutting machines or for heat press and whatnot, definitely check out her sales. Michael's has a little sale on their Cricut stuff. So check that out. Or if you're in the market to get a Cricut, they're on sale as well. Karen Burr says, hey, I'm here. Welcome, Miss Karen. Good to see you, Eve. Thank you. I'm glad you're doing so better. Looking good, girl. Karen Ocean Isle Beach, North Carolina. We always look forward to seeing you, Miss Karen. Thank you for being here. I appreciate anytime you tune in to our Rachel. That's beautiful. If that's Rachel that spells. Such helpful videos. Thank you. Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. It looks like I'm frozen a little bit. I hope not. Albisa says you bought the cap frame. Cool, which you did a video on. I plan to try it out this week. Please do, because the cap frame can be used successfully. Had to talk somebody else through it. But once you get the hang of it, you really can get some caps done on a regular basis, and they all will be lined up exactly the same. There's a couple of tricks to it that I don't think I showed in the video, and I may have to revisit that and show you guys those tricks. But for the most part, it's a really cool frame to use. Anna, does your shirt say chill? Yes, it does, even though it's inverted. But this is a local designer, a young guy in this area, really young. Actually, I don't even think he's a freshman, I believe, in high school. And this is his label. So I love supporting the kids and any actual local talent that I find, and this actually appealed to me, so I wear his clothing, his brand. So I actually looked. Actually, when I got it, it didn't have the bling in the middle, so I blinged it out for him. So yes, I love his logo. It's gorgeous. Debbie Kidd says, hi everyone, missed last week, so glad to be here tonight. Thank you, Miss Debbie Kidd. Well, I'm glad we're revisiting what we talked about last week, so that'll be cool. We were going to go back into machines and what machines we're going to use, so which would be more beneficial, whether it be multi-needle versus single needle, and what your pros and cons are. And we had a really good discussion about that, so we're going to revisit that tonight, and I really appreciate you guys. And Albita says, it's a bit scary as I am new to this. Don't be too intimidated. It is good to be apprehensive, but don't be so intimidated. It really is not quite as difficult as it can seem. So if you have any questions, just feel free to shoot me an email. Kenya, I'm waiting for the cutting blade for the maker. You got the maker, girl? Oh, I'm kind of jealous, just a little bit jealous. I went and bought blades for the Cricut because I was going to start doing my patches and cut the shapes out for the patches. And I went and looked at the price, and I was like, you know what, forget it. I'm going to buy this blade. Why did I check and see that these daggone blades is going to be half off this week? Yeah, no, we taking that blade back to the store. We're going to get it again next week when it goes on sale. So, you have to be on the lookout for that, and I hope that blade comes out for you soon. I would think they would have that out, being that the machine is out. That's crazy. Miss Tori says, hello, everyone. Hello to you, Miss Tori. Raciel. Okay, I apologize. Raciel, but it was Rachel in the 4th grade. Yeah, well, you know, us lazy people who have a hard time pronouncing things will make it work. You know what I'm saying? But Raciel is beautiful as well. So thank you for correcting me. I did ask for that. Well, hi, Big Imp. How are you? She's finally here. Hi, everyone, and hello to you. And Jacqueline Howard, hello to you. And Kenya, yeah, we need to get that straightened out. Now, before I get into the machines again this time, and Asora, hello to you too. Welcome into the chat. I wanted to let you guys know that my family is, well, I don't have to let you know my family is crazy. You guys already know my family is crazy. You've met my aunts on my mom's side, and if they're in here, they'll probably give a shout out, which is awesome because I always love when they're here. My dad visits quite frequently here, but he hasn't been in the videos lately. My husband is joining me. You guys have met my oldest daughter, Monica, well, my middle daughter, Monica, and then you've met Rebecca, the baby girl. And you've even met the baby boy, Joseph. So everybody is pretty cool for the most part, very supportive of the business. But there are times where they step over the line, and I need them to show some respect. As Kenya brought out, put some respect on my name. So two things recently, actually. Yesterday we went to Joann's to buy some stuff, and then I went to Michael's as well to see what all they had on sale and to find some supplies. And my daughter was in there, and she comes up and was like, oh my God, Mom, I bought these for your machine. And I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. You're buying stuff for me for my machine. Yeah, look what this heifer bought for my machine. Actually, I'm gonna open it and show it, because if I show just one, you're gonna be like, what in the world? Y'all tell me why this heifer, and she don't know that I got them, and I'm gonna hide them because she's not doing this. Why did this heifer buy googly eyes for my machine? This heifer went and bought googly eyes to go on the front of my embroidery machine. She says that she wants it on there so that when I'm embroidering, the machine is going to shake, and it's going to make the googly eyes shake on my machine. What kind of trash is that? That's disrespectful. Disrespectful to me and disrespectful to my embroidery machine. I'm not having it. Look at this crazy mess. I'm gonna hurt this child. Now, this is the one that was on the camera that night when we were going to Walmart acting monkey. And she, googly eyes, y'all, for real. Yeah, no, not happy about that. Then, in addition to that, I'm chilling this morning, knocked out. I am not really a morning person at all. I prefer to get my beauty rest and rest for as long as I possibly can. And my dad has this uncanny habit of calling me at like 7:30 in the morning, knowing I'm knocked out. And when I'm waking up groggy, like, hello, you know, he's like, oh, did I wake you up? Well, it's okay. Well, so, and he begins to talk and tell me anyway. And I'm like, Jesus. Oh, Daddy, I was asleep. And then by the time he gets off the phone, I'm woke. So it's like, oh, really, Daddy, I love you, but my goodness. So, that being the case, he calls this morning. But this morning, I was exhausted. And I refused to answer the phone. I love him. And I was hoping everything was okay. But I wasn't about to answer the phone. So I didn't answer the phone, and I finished sleeping. And when I finally woke up, I checked his voicemail. Why was his voicemail calling to tell me that he was over here in the studio and not be worried when, you know, if I heard that somebody was over here in the studio? What y'all think he was over here doing? Who can tell me what he was over here doing in my studio? I know y'all know, because I done complained about it so many times. Why was he over here in my studio, y'all? No respect, just disrespectful. Just real disrespectful to my stuff. Why was he over here? Who can tell me? Because I already kind of already knew something he shouldn't have been doing. Yeah, Carol. Yeah, Miss Carol. Yeah, y'all. Yeah. And then on top of that, didn't put my mirror back, because I keep a mirror over here. Didn't put my mirror back. It was sitting in front of the embroidery machine. Look at my stitch eraser, y'all. Why y'all? What? You didn't clean it off, Daddy. You didn't. You know what? So just straight disrespectful. Straight disrespectful, y'all. So look, this is how this is gonna go down. I need y'all's help. Okay, I'm finna channel my whole what is it called? The PETA commercials, you know, where we need to feed the starving dogs and the starving, and then the other commercials with the starving children over. Okay, so we finna channel that right now, right? I need your help. Okay, this is a very serious problem. There are 2 ways that you can help support sending this man this stitch eraser so I can get me a new one, right? So there's 2 ways. You can contribute as little as 5 cents to a get me a new Peggy stitch eraser fund so that he can have this one, because I don't want it no more. So you can either go down below in the chat and hit that dollar symbol and send $1 and donate to another Peggy stitch eraser, or you can buy the patterns that I just put up for sale so that you can help support a young, thriving embroidery person and let her get her a new stitch press, because this is not going to keep going like this. I can't take it no more. It's disrespectful, y'all. I'm just trying to tell you, I don't understand why my stuff got to be so appealing for not just shaving but googly eyes. Y'all, I'm tripping over here. It's just like, I ain't getting him one. I am not for Joni. I am not going to buy him no daggone stitch eraser when he coming over here to use mine. He can have this one. I'm gonna give me another one. And Miss Ethel, I do want to point this out to you. Hiding it, I can't hide that. And Alabita, yes, I will ship to you in London. If you, I will ship. That's not an issue. Because the patterns are kind of thin. But I do want to say this as well. And I was being funny, you know. But yes, buy the patterns. But I was being really funny about that. You ain't gotta support that. But I'm gonna get me another one. He's just gonna get this over. But for real, I do want to say thank you to the many of you in here. And hi, Miriam. I appreciate you being here. I don't remember seeing your name before. I do appreciate you guys being here. I do appreciate those of you who have purchased the patterns. I am flabbergasted and humbled, and I was shocked at how many people were waiting on those patterns. I knew there were a few. I was very well aware of that, because some have been very vocal about those patterns and like, we're waiting on these patterns. When are you getting the patterns? We're waiting on them. And so I knew there would be a few people to, you know, to get the patterns because they've been waiting. But my goodness, I did not realize how many people would be so supportive of the patterns. And I'm definitely grateful. I am even more excited about December the 1st and sending them out. The certification certificates, we're waiting on those right now. I am uber excited about it. I'm trying to come up with something a little extra to throw in with those patterns. I'm not quite sure what it's going to be, because I want it to be, you know, something useful, but I also want to make sure that I show my appreciation to those of you who have purchased. So the many of you who have, I'm just very grateful. And I do want to take this brief moment to say thank you so very much for supporting the patterns and supporting the Baby's Booty and what we're trying to do here in this channel. So thank you again so very much to you all. And I don't know, I'm expecting great things from this channel and from the Baby's Booty, but I also don't want anyone thinking, you know, we're taking advantage of anything. We're just here to have a really good time and help each other out. So I'm really excited. And we also have something else coming up with those patterns too, a tutorial with them. And I've enlisted some special help, so we'll see if we can't squeeze that in during the holiday break while the kids are out of school. So I'm really excited about that too. So thank you so very much. I really appreciate you guys. Miss Ethel, thank you for ordering the pattern. Miss Carol Coleman, you said, now I do appreciate you getting a new one and give him the old one, but that'll probably not stop him. No, I don't mind him coming, but and I don't want to say I don't mind him using a stitch eraser, because I do mind. I do mind, but you know, it's my dad. What can I say? And I guess I understand, when you don't have one that's sharp, you want one that's sharp. So Miss Kenya, yes, thank you very much. And hey, Miss Social Dad, welcome. Thank you for being here. Miriam, it's my first time seeing you live, but I'm subscribed and watch you all the time. Well, thank you. I'm glad to have you here live with us. We do have a pretty good time in here live. And Miss Ethel says they are in time for your great granddaughter. Oh, congratulations. That is phenomenal. I have a grandson due at any moment, so we're really excited about that. And Miss Elizabeth, you say, I'll be sure ordering your pattern. I hope that you do, and I really appreciate it as well. So you guys, back to the serious matter. All jokes aside, I've gotten several requests to get back into the debate, so to speak, and it's really not a debate, it's more discussion about using the single needle versus the multi-needle, financially supporting that. And that's another topic that actually came up today in conversation with another viewer. We were discussing we are working together to get her sewing studio up and going, and I'm really excited about working with her on this project. Well, in going down the list of things that need to be stocked up for a successful embroidery business, we got to discussing the topic of equipment and the embroidery machine, because there's already an embroidery machine that's been purchased, and that's fine and it's there, but we were discussing adding a second machine. And that's where, in my opinion, coming up with, okay, so if you already have a multi-needle, do you get a single needle machine, or do you get a multi-needle machine, or do you get another machine at all? Because as of right now, we're starting the business. So yes, you already have one, but do you want to go ahead and get into debt and get a completely different machine to go with the one you already have when business hasn't started rolling in yet? So you guys, definitely look forward to you weighing in when you're starting up a embroidery business. Like, say for instance, we have someone in here that's new, that has never had an embroidery business before, and they're looking to get into embroidery business. What are some of the things that you would suggest to them that they should add to their sewing studio? Like, first and foremost, you really need to have this, you really need to have that, and you really need to have those. What are some of your primary things that you're like, you can't live without? One of my things that I constantly keep on hand is so simple, you would think, I didn't think of that, or of course I would have that. But one of the things I constantly stay at Dollar Tree for are these lint rollers. Constantly, I have to have this because I cut and do so much. And one of the other things, like for instance, I did a hat These are some hats that I have been working on this week for a customer, and it's black, so all the lint shows up. Now, before I give this to my customers, I roll them because I don't want, you know, my lint and frayed threads and whatnot all over the customer's hat. So I keep my lint rollers on hand at all times. So this is something else that I definitely use. Miss Joni says a cutting table. That's definitely going to be helpful. Even if you don't actually cut out fabric, like say for instance, you're just embroidering on things that are already there, a cutting table is still quite helpful because it allows you to stage your items that you'll be embroidering on. So for instance, you lay out your jacket and you can mark the center. If you don't have a hooping board, a hooping station that will help you line that stuff up, you can do that on your cutting table and use the mat as ruler guides or something of that magnitude. Miss Susan is definitely correct with the lots of stabilizers. We looked into doing a list of stabilizers. I know for myself, I have a shoe organizer that holds all of my stabilizers, and actually I went and bought another one from Walmart just last night because I have one that's, what's this, 4x4, so 16 pockets. And I'm finding out 16 pockets isn't enough for my rolls of stabilizer. So I'm actually, well, I did buy a whole nother shoe organizer and going to be adding that over there. And I'm thinking about embroidering on the pocket what stabilizer is in each pocket. So I'm kind of excited about that. It's a project that's on my list. I'm hoping I'll be able to go through with that. Tony, hi Miss Tony. Good scissors are a must, especially if you do a lot of applique. I know that's right, girl. The scissors that I have fallen in love with are not right here at me, and I don't know why, because I usually keep them right here. Oh Lord, my scissors is gone. I've shown them before. They're the red handled scissors, and they're serrated on the blades. I love those. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure they're in my Amazon store, where you can get to all of the supplies that I use on a regular basis are right there at our fingertips. So I'm pretty sure those scissors are there. I see the smaller pair over there on that, but I just knew I had my larger pair here. So yes, the scissors are important for applique and for embroidery. You know, a really good pair of curved edge scissors, even though these suck. So I don't know why I showed them, but embroidery scissors are really good. Debbie Kidd says yes on the lint rollers. I have Dalmatians and they shed awful. Yeah, Jake sheds too, but that's why I don't have him in here. They aren't allowed in my shop, but I always have hair on my clothes. Yes, the pets are a trip when it comes to shedding, and it's definitely important to make sure that you get every speck of stuff that you possibly can off of the clothing, especially if you have pets and you are servicing a customer who may have pet allergies. It's important to keep that in mind. So yes, the rolls of lint rollers are very important. Miss Kenya says extra bobbins. Girlfriend, you ain't said nothing but a thing, because I keep bobbins. You guys know that, especially with the single needle machines. The reason why I say that is because you're already constantly changing thread on the single needle machine. So you change out one color after you use the next and whatnot. So that being the case, it's important to have your bobbins already filled and sitting off to the side, because you're already at a, you know, having to change the threads, and that takes time. But to be able to just hurry up and grab a bobbin and load it into the machine is so invaluable. So if you don't already take the time to fill your bobbins at the beginning of the week, so to speak, you can go ahead and fill up this whole thing with bobbins and it'll be ready for you. All you do is just grab one and pop it into the machine. And then in your downtime, that's when you want to have to spend, you know, winding bobbins. And it doesn't take that long to get all those bobbins wound. So yes, that is very, very important. Eartha Lewis says many colors of thread. And you know I'm a huge supporter of having multiple thread colors available at your fingertips, because there are so many customers that ask for specific colors or specific shades. And that is something else that she and I discussed today about getting prepared for her studio. And now this is the other thing that people may not think about, which, to be 100% honest, I didn't think about it when I first started my studio, because my single needle machine uses, you know, your regular size spool of thread, right? So, you know, that's pretty much all I've ever bought. And I knew without a thread stand, I couldn't use the bigger cones of thread. So like this would not have worked on my single needle machine. So all of the colors that I have back there on the board are usually this size, and that's okay because they will still work on the large multi-needle machines, but this is more economical, right? So usually these I can get for about $2.50 from Madeira, directly from Madeira. These I want to say are either I think they're $6.95 from Madeira. This is 5,500 yards of thread. This one I want to say is, what is it? The spools on this thing. Hold on. I usually know it, and for whatever reason right now I'm drawing a blank. Who knows? But somebody else I'm sure in here knows what the, wait a minute. I got you right here, I think. 1,000 meters. So roughly 1,000 meters, 1,000 to 1,500 is not much more than that on these little cones. So this is like way better price to get a bigger spool. But if all you have is a single needle, what if you upgrade to a larger needle? You got a new investment point that you got to look at. So here's another thing. And if you have more than one machine, and you're like in my instance, I have 3 of the smaller machines. So certain of my major colors like white, black, and red, I have to buy multiple spools of the same color so that I can have all 3 machines working at the same time on the same project if my order is that big. So there's a lot to keep in mind, definitely, with using the single needle machines, transitioning to the multi-needle machines, or what you want to keep in mind if you end up having more than one machine, whether it's single needle or multi-needle, you're having to buy multiple spools of the same color. So that's something else that she and I discussed today in trying to prepare her for that. Miss Social Deb says that extractable knife from Dollar Tree. OMG, love it. I'm trying to tell you, this thing has saved my life on numerous occasions. I love this blade. It's so simple, not much to it. I can throw it away, lose it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't hurt my feelings. But when that single needle gets bound up on my embroidery machine and the thing gets caught around the bobbin for whatever reason, it don't matter, and I can't get that hoop off of the machine because it's stuck on the bobbin, this comes in handy to reach under there, push it out as far as you can and reach under there and cut, and it comes right off, and it does save your life. So yes, Miss Social Deb, several of these need to be in the drawer definitely at all times. Then we also have Miss Backup says tweezers, yes, snips, masking tape, cheap packing tape, and friction pins, which are of course your marking pins that you can spritz with the mixture of a little bit of vinegar and water and spritz and they disappear, or disappearing ink pens. Tweezers to get those threads out from those impossible places in your embroidery machine. Masking tape, you can use those to mark your placement on items that can safely use tape and save a lot of save the save the chance of ruining an item that you're marking on with a pen. So the cheap packing tape also, there's a lot of things that we can use in our embroidery studio, and all of this definitely works. And Glam says, I received my items today that I purchased at your Amazon store. Great quality. Thank you. That's what's up. I'm glad that it came to you. And Amazon is a lifesaver for me. I use Amazon all the time. I love Amazon, especially with that overnight shipping or next day shipping. Girl, trying to tell you, that has come through for me in tight spots. I can't tell you how many times. So thank you very much for supporting my Amazon associate account. And Anna says, rule of thumb, do not buy fabric scissors from Walmart. I bought a pair of fabric scissors from there, and it sucks when using it on fabric They work on everything else though. Yes, they do work on everything else. But what I learned to do, here's a little trick that I learned with those fabric scissors, right? So I ended up getting this little booger right here. And I'm trying to tell you, these El Cheapo scissors from Walmart, and don't get it twisted, Joann's has El Cheapo scissors too. Well, these are ginger. I didn't know that. Boy, I tell you, I had some good scissors and didn't even know it. But anyways, the cheap scissors from Walmart, you know, a lot of times if you just put them in here and use them in the scissor sharpening machine, which these ain't going to work. I don't know why. I'm probably using it wrong. I'm using it wrong. How embarrassing. But at any rate, so, you know, and that's pretty much all you have to do, and it sharpens the blade a lot better. And then the sad thing is those El Cheapo scissors, you have to do that all the time, so that kind of sucks. But this is very handy to have when you're in a pinch and don't have a second to run out to the store and get more scissors. That can be helpful. So definitely get some scissor sharpeners. So I'm glad you brought that up because I didn't think of that. But the cheap scissors, what I ended up having to do is get a pair of scissors for applique, pair of scissors for embroidery, nobody touches them, a pair of scissors for my flannel fleece, pair of scissors for my fleece. You know, so certain scissors have certain functions and no one touches my stuff. And I have my rotary cutter for, you know, all my stuff that I have my straight edges for. So yes, certain scissors, it's better to not go cheap. I'm not gonna lie to you. Everything else in embroidery has been pretty pricey, but scissors is not something you really want to scrimp on. So yes, Anna, you're right. Elizabeth says, that's so cheap. For thread, I'm living in the wrong country. No, well, I'm not gonna say no. I don't know that they ship out of the country, but the thing is, if you have an embroidery business and you have a wholesale license or EIN number, a lot of times the thread companies will give you a wholesale account so that you can get thread at a wholesale price because you're using it on a regular basis and they know you're going to be regular customers as opposed to someone who's just doing it just because they want to. So the thread prices are much cheaper. And going to Joann's and Michael's, and you know, those places are not really necessarily good places to buy thread from because they're going to be marked up. They have a high overhead or they have bills to pay for the big corporate name and the big box stores. So what you want to do is find someone who specializes in what you're trying to purchase, and a lot of times the prices will be better. Now, I'm not saying that if it's in a pinch, you don't run to Joann's and get you some thread, but try and eliminate your extra costs as much as possible. Because especially if you're trying to eventually bump up to that bigger multi-needle machine, you want to be saving money wherever you can, you know, and why not take advantage of something that's out there for the business owner? So yes, definitely look into finding a thread company. Like Madeira isn't even a US company. I'm pretty sure they're German. So over in Germany, I'm sure there's Madeira and you can get it cheaper there, or in your country there may be a thread manufacturer. I don't know. We'd have to check and see, but you never know. You can do your research and get thread a lot cheaper. Joy says, hey Eve. Hi Joy, welcome to our channel. Thank you for being here live with us. Cool 64 says, oh my goodness, yes, I don't know what's going on. Oh, Amazon, yes. Where did I get my scissor sharpener? I got that one from, I want to say Joann's. I got it from Joann's Fabric. That's where I got it from, and it was on like an end cap somewhere, but they can tell you where they are because I'm pretty sure they're over by the scissors as well. So yes, you can do that. Brenda Scott says, hi from Newfoundland, Canada. Welcome to our chat from Canada. Thank you for being here, dear. Miss Social Deb says, small elastic ponytail holders to wrap around the thread when not using. You're talking about these jokers right here. I don't really use them for my spools of thread. And I want to tell you why, and I have them right here, and I can show you what I use, but I haven't made them yet for my bigger spools, and that's kind of embarrassing because I did want to kind of show y'all this. But yes, this is one trick that many embroiderers use, and what happens is they'll take the little ponytail holder and pretty much wrap it. And I don't have storage for these stupid things, so that's why I'm not taking them off. But then they just slip them over the spool of thread, and it holds. Like this one doesn't have a thread catcher on it, so this would be perfect for tying up this end of thread. But most of my spools of thread have the thread catchers built into them. Like Madeira they have theirs on the end. You just pull it down, and then you wrap thread around the bottom and then push it closed, and it locks in your thread. Even the bigger spools have it with Madeira, so I do appreciate Madeira for that. But for my bobbins though, I have found, and I'm making a bunch of racket, I apologize. What I have done with mine is I went to Lowe's and I bought clear plastic tubing. It's about this big. I don't know how well you can see that because there's a delay on my end for the video. But this clear plastic tubing here, and what I do is I cut it in sections, as you see, and then I cut it down the tube. And whenever I do a bobbin, I just slip it on the bobbin. See? And it holds my bobbin in place. I can't remember where I saw this trick. I think it was like Pinterest or something like that. But this way I can clearly see the color of my bobbin, and this holds my thread in place, and I don't have to worry about a bunch of tails in my bobbin case, the bobbin case with all my different colors. So I do use that trick. So like I said, it's in the plumbing section, and I wish I could remember what exact size tube this is, but this is what I use as a trick to hold my threads. And yes, that could be a trick that I would let her know about, because y'all check this out. Now this is one that I haven't used that trick on. Look at all the mess that's in here with the threads all over the place, because I don't use them in this one, or I didn't cut any more of those to use, and so it's all over the place in that one. Let's see, I done let it scroll talking too much. Miss Social Dev says I marked my poor scissors. I mark my bad scissors as junk. Then the family knows which ones they can use. I also use those for cutting paper and such. Poor scissors, you're labeling. Oh man, poor scissors is like, she called me junk. And then all the kids get to play with them. That's smart though, because you can give those to the family. Kind of like I intend to do with this daggone stitch erase. I'm going to get at him. I'm going to put junk on the side and let him have them. Shoot, that's pretty much what I'm going to end up doing. That is hilarious. Elizabeth says, great idea. I never thought of that. I will do my research from now on. You're welcome. Yeah, definitely look around. Don't just buy what's in front of you. I am huge proponent of doing research, and I hope I said that right, but I'm constantly doing research. As a matter of fact, as I've mentioned, I'm getting into doing the rhinestones. Super excited about that. And I've been searching around for the past few days trying to find a better price point for these rhinestones, because these things are expensive. Rhinestones are not cheap, guys. I am tripping off of how much it's going to cost to get a supply built up of rhinestones. So that being said, I've been checking around and doing my price comparison, because there has to be other options out there. So that being the case, I do want to definitely look and see what's going on. And research will definitely save you some money. Money. Miss Social Deb says, do you have a thread stand you could recommend? I do know of a couple of them on Amazon that are very good. I actually am using, partly I'm using my serger, because I don't really use my serger very much. So part of the serger, the right side of the serger, I'm using as a thread stand. But there's also the single thread stand that you can get, and Amazon actually has one with, I think, 4 different, just like on the serger, where you can have them set up. So I'll look that up and put them on the Amazon list, in the shopping list on Amazon. So Miss Cool says, clever girl, you teach me so much. That's awesome. I'm glad you guys like that, because one thing's for certain, there's nothing more aggravating than to have a bunch of tails around on your bobbins. And then actually I was thinking, because there's a really big tube, and I know I bought it, and I don't know what I did with it. That's why I'm just like, oh my God. There's a bigger clear plastic tube, and I was going to do the exact same thing, but a little bit wider instead of bobbin height, more like, you know, up the cone about this much, and do the plastic tube for these. That was my plan. And yeah, the plan has fallen through because I haven't done it yet because I've just been so busy. So it takes time to sit there and cut them daggone tubes and then cut them up the middle. So it's just like, I don't know when I'm gonna have time to do it. And then every time I buy the tube, like the first one, my grandson got a hold to it and he was, you know, acting like he was blowing in it and spit was all, yeah, no, I'm not using that on my thread. So I had to go get another tube, and now I don't know what I've done with the replacement tube. So yeah, that's crazy. Rose Kitchens just asked me, how do I find the Amazon list? What I'll do is put a link in this description of this video below. Matter of fact, I can go ahead and add the link here shortly. And then that way you just click on it and it'll take you straight to the list of some of the things that I use the most. And I also put a description beside it to let you know how I use it. So that would be phenomenal. Thank you. Veronica says, hello from Houston. Welcome from Houston. Houston, I hope you fared through those storms well and not much damage, because there was a lot of damage out in that area. Arthur Lewis says, I bought a wooden thread stand years ago that I love. Bought it from threadstands.com. Oh, didn't know there was a threadstands.com. We'll have to go out there and check that out, because we are actually looking into getting a thread stand for her new studio. So I'll definitely go check that out because we like new ideas. And I'm constantly on Pinterest trying to find new ideas as well. I was considering replacing my thread board. I don't know that I'm gonna do that yet because I do love my thread board, but I'm thinking about changing it up so that we can have a change around here. I don't know. Thinking about it. Not 100% sure I'm gonna do it. What do you use to cut the tubing? Just a pair of scissors. Nothing fancy. It doesn't take, you know, a bunch of fancy equipment to get it done. I promise it's not that hard. You know, a pair of sharp scissors and just go ahead and cut through the tube because it's so thin and flimsy. It's not really difficult to make those. And as a matter of fact, I made a bunch of them. I don't know if I still have any. Let me see. I made a bunch of them. Yeah, I got 3 in here. And I just put them in another little jar that I have. And then that way, as I made a new spool, I just go ahead and, you know, put this on there with it. So yeah, those are easy to make. You just sit there and make them up. But I have to make them in my downtime, which I haven't had much of that lately. So, Cool64, if you have a resale number or EIN, Darice sells rhinestones. What's your Darice? Darice, what website is that? Is it Darice.com? I'll have to check and see. Because I did find a website that I think I'll be purchasing from with the best price that I found so far. Local. Not local like here, but in the United States. So we'll see. Let me know if you do have a suggestion. Please, you know, if you have a suggestion for rhinestones, let me know. Press and seal works great for larger cones. That's smart. And it's cheap. So definitely look into doing the press and seal, especially if you cut it with just enough. Oh, and I've also heard of people using, it's called vet wrap, I think is what they call it. It's the stretchy stuff that they're starting to use in the medical field. I've heard of people using that too because it sticks to itself. It doesn't stick to the thread. So you can use that to wrap your threads with too. So that's really neat. Press and seal would work about the same way. Darice.com. Thank you, dear. I will definitely look into that. Kim Compton says, try Digital Art Solutions for your rhinestones. They sell premium Korean stones that give you the most bling for the bucks outside of Swarovski. Thank you, Kim. I'll definitely look into that because we want the blingiest stones we can find, girl. We need to make sure that we bring in bucks with these rhinestones. So I'm excited. I'm so super excited, y'all. This is going to be a whole new chapter. As a matter of fact, in setting up her studio, we're not only doing embroidery in her studio, we're also going to be doing rhinestones in her studio too. So she already has all the major equipment for the rhinestones. It's just that we're going to add in some extra supplies and get her all set up nice and pretty and easy to just come in and start working. So that's where we are in that process. And at the same time, what my intention is to get my little minions, my children, busy. And we're going to have them helping me out with the rhinestone part of it. So I'm really excited to kind of incorporate the kids, because I kind of felt it was difficult to incorporate them with embroidery when there's so many facets to embroidery that you need to know ahead of time, like stabilizing, you know, making sure that you're using the right stabilizer with the right fabric and all that jazz. One laptop for right now, one computer that has the Sew It Pro on it, as well as my digitizing software is on this one computer. So it was kind of difficult to say, hey, you know, pull up this design and do this when I'm on the computer. So we're trying to get it where they can help a little more, because they want to be helpful in the studio with me. So we're branching out, and we'll see how it goes. I'm really excited. As I mentioned, it's a new chapter unfolding, and I'm looking forward to sharing some of those videos with you guys as we go along. And Kenya says, I need to destash, rearrange, and create a new setup for my room. Girlfriend, I'm right here with you. Even my husband is like, you need to rearrange. Honey, I already knew that. I already know that, because where I started 2 years ago, it's been 2 years, September was 2 years. 2 years ago, where I started from, you guys, I am nowhere near that now. And my vision 2 years ago has completely changed. And you have to keep that in mind too. That very well could happen in your embroidery studio. You might start out thinking, you know, freestanding lace, for lack of a better example, or doing t-shirts would be the only part of business that you'll have. But when people find out that you're doing embroidery, well, they're going to bring in all this and all that and all that and all this, and you have to find what works best for you, what your customers want from you. So that being the case, you know, all this baby stuff that I have, like I still have tons of pacifier clips, and like right now I have a baby order, and I've only had 2 baby orders technically in the last 4 months. Where is that? Because that's what I started out doing, was baby orders. Now it's all corporate. It's corporate and businesses. You know, this is a business customer. I have a new restaurant business customer. So it's just like no baby stuff. So things around here are going to have to change. You know, I can't, this space that I'm using for the pacifier clips is going to have to change. The space that I'm using for the baby bibs with the snaps, I'm not necessarily going to change that, because that's a small footprint. But the binky leash clips, I'm going to have to destash. So you guys, if you have an idea for destashing some things, or if you want to reach out, maybe we can have a destash video of some sort. Who knows? We'll figure out something to do. Or destash in the Google Plus group. That's what we can do. So if you are in the Baby's Booty Google Plus group, if you're not in there, don't fret. There's a link down in the description below. It should be. I pretty much keep them in all of them. You can click that link, join the Google Plus group, and we can destash all together. So like Kenya could be the one that says, okay, well, I need to get rid of, you know, this particular fabric. Well, Kenya, guess what? I need that fabric and I have this. Do you want to use this? And we can swap. Or you can sell. Doesn't matter to me. I don't mind you selling your items or asking people if they're interested in purchasing in the group. So we're there to help each other. That's the whole point. And I look forward to seeing, you know, what you guys may have to offer. That would be cool, I think. Especially this time of year. You kind of want to get some new stuff and get ready for the new year and bring in, you know, a clean slate, so to speak. But not necessarily a clean slate, but, you know, a well-rounded, and get a new focus together. And Bickup says, let them do the trimming, folding, and bagging. Yeah, they've done that, and they've complained. So I'm trying to find stuff that's fun for them to do. So we'll see. And Susan says, are you not taking embroidery orders for baby things anymore? I am. I definitely am. It's just that people aren't ordering baby things. So I guess because there hasn't been any orders for baby things. I don't know. Maybe babies aren't coming in this area, or maybe they're figuring out other things to do. I'm not sure, but I do still accept the orders and I will still fill the orders, but my corporate orders are the ones that are keeping me busy right now. And a whole lot of busyness too, child. I've been like stressed out somewhere. I've been talking to certain ones here in the channel, and I'm like, look, I need you to help me calm down because this is like getting crazy. And it's cool. It's cool to see my business grow. And my goal in this channel and in this live session that we have every Sunday is to encourage you all to grow as well. And we can grow together, because the thing is, just like something as simple as the hair ties to keep your thread tails in, or, you know, the little clear tubes to help keep your thread on the bobbins. Those are little things that could help you keep your sanity in something so small. That's one less thing to worry about in your studio. Honestly, if you really stop and think about it, knowing to use, say for instance, a lint roller to get your stuff looking crisp and perfect before you give it to the customer, one less thing you have to worry about. And when you have one less thing on your plate that's stressing you out, you're able to grow. You're able to focus where it needs to be, and that's in growing your business. So I hope you guys, if you have ever any suggestions or any tips for each other, share them in the Google Plus group. That's what we're here for. If you have any questions, you know, and need some suggestions, ask away in the Google Plus group. That's what it's there for. We're there to be the little community of embroiderers and crafters that we can work together and definitely accomplish something great. And that's what I look forward to seeing from all of you. And please, anytime you're working on projects, I have several who are sharing in the Google Plus group. Please do so. I love seeing your projects, love seeing what you're working on. I don't always get to be in every day, but I do check quite frequently and try and comment on everything that I see in there and let you know that I am there, and answer questions that different ones may have. But you guys have been phenomenal in sharing and in being a part of the Google Plus group, and I really appreciate that as well. So I look forward to talking to you all more as time goes on, because our little group has grown quite substantially. I'm quite pleased with it. It's cool to see. And Kenya, yes, that is a great problem to have, but woo, child, when you're not used to it, it's a little bit different. You know, it's a little bit different. I was a spoiled wife who didn't have to do very much. So now when I'm actually having to, you know, get some things taken care of, it's like, wow, what in the world? What happened to the posh life, you know? And it's funny, and my husband is like, oh, I get to see my wife anymore. No, you don't. You can easily come over here though. Your chair is right there where you can come and sit and, you know, watch me work. So it's cool how we work together, and we're trying to be successful as a family, and I love it. Miss Social Deb says, I had to destash and rearrange. Couldn't find a thing. We'll post in Google Plus. Nice to know that we can post for sale or want it there. Yes, you can. You can post that you want something. You can post that you're selling something. That's not going to be an issue at all. And Cool says, I'm so new to embroidery. How lucky to find you right away. I made a Dollar Tree hat because you showed me how. Congratulations, girl. That's what's up. Those Dollar Tree hats are cool. And it's funny, I was in there the other day, and they had a hat in there that was this color. I mean, the perfect shade of this color. And I started to get it and embroider his chill on the front of the hat and, you know, line it with rhinestones. So, you know, Dollar Tree has come through like a champ on a lot of stuff. So y'all don't sleep on Dollar Tree. I'm trying to tell you. Susan says, how often does Blessing needs to be serviced? I have decided myself that I wanted to have her serviced every 6 months. I know that's what my small machine mechanic suggested. Now, brother suggests that it's serviced, I want to say every year, I think. I'm not sure what they suggest, but I know what I want. So I was actually going to call them tomorrow and say, hey, you know, when would I be able to bring it in to get it serviced? And if I bring it in, how long will it take to get it back? So those are going to be some new territory for me because I've never had to take a machine anywhere to get it serviced. So this is going to be interesting, but we will see. I say every 6 months because I use it so much. I know I have well over 2 million stitches on that machine. I haven't looked because I'm scared to look, you know, because I've been working so hard and I don't want to see 3 million stitches. I swear I'll cry, but I'm glad to have the work. So but that's how that's going to go for Miss Blessing. We're going to keep her humming right along. Eartha Lewis says, you were faithful to your business when it was small, and that's why God is blessing you with more in your business now. I accept that, ma'am. I really do, because I did plug away at it, and I was really excited to, you know, find something that I love to do and to keep it going. So I am very excited that it is the way that it is now. Rose Kitchen says, can one day you show us how you are making your templates for the rhinestones? We'll see about doing that. I didn't want to get in too much, but I think I want to show that. Just not 100% sure how quickly we'll be doing that, but eventually it's a good possibility we'll add the rhinestone videos in as well. So we'll see how that's going. And Kenya says, see, that's why multiple machines are needed. It is. When you grow, it is definitely something you want to look into, to have multiple machines. But my concern was, why would you go for the gusto and line up 4, 5, 6 machines now when you don't have the business to support it yet? You have to grow to that, you know, and that's where that's how it happened for me. I had just one machine, and then after a while I was like, wait a minute, this is a lot for just one machine. And my husband was the one that says, go get you another one. And when I did, it made all the difference in the world. And as he even explained, if something happened to my one machine and it went down, I had another one as backup, and it really did prove to be beneficial. And then at that point, that's when I decided to get the third machine. So it's been a awesome ride, and I love every bit of it. And then now I have Blessing, so that's the fourth machine, which was definitely a blessing. So yes, that is absolutely correct, Miss Kenya. And Sheila Cushionberry, your service guy won't work on Blessing at home. I'm sure he would, but the machine Blessing was new, so she has a 2-year warranty. 2-year service warranty, so I have to take her in to get serviced, and if he touches it, then that voids my 2-year warranty, unfortunately. So yeah, I have to take her in for the first 2 years, and that kind of sucks, but I don't mind. They're really nice folks over there at Lee's Creative Sewing and Vacuum, so I'm looking forward to working with them on the service end and taking care of my baby. Veronica, I've learned a lot from watching your videos. Thanks for sharing. You're welcome. Thank you for watching the videos. I appreciate the support. So you guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. It's 8 o'clock, and I don't like keeping y'all too much longer than that. And my grandbaby is here, and my son and daughter-in-law and everyone, we've had a good day, and I'm going to go finish out my day with them. So I appreciate you guys tuning in this evening, and I look forward to getting your input next week on what you've done in your studio, how you've gotten some things that are important to you in your studio, to give us some more ideas on getting her studio set up, and we work all together in this project. And of course, until next Sunday, if you have some ideas, please drop them in the comments below, or you can drop them in the comments on the Google Plus group. I really appreciate it. And also, the response on those patterns is awesome. It's phenomenal. I cannot thank you guys enough. I'm super excited about it. Ready to get those mailed out December the 1st. We got one more little part that we're waiting on so that we can get it all out. And I'm trying to drop a little surprise in there. We're working on that too. So I look forward to you guys getting those and letting me know what you think about it. So I really appreciate everyone, and I look forward to seeing you next week, and also in the video coming up this week. So definitely we want you guys to have, and she said grandma needs her cuddle time. No, I already had that today. I had to put that butt in the bathtub and cuddle with him, but he is a lot of fun, and I'm excited for him. And you guys, you are quite welcome. Appreciate you being here. And until the next time that I see you all, I want you to have happy embroidering. Have a great night and look forward to seeing you again. Bye.